Title: The Forbidden Act. The moment at last the rain dropped and touched the water. The city had always been a concrete cradle for Nala. Skyscrapers were her mountains, the bustling streets her rivers, and the symphony of Cajones her birthson. Her parents, having left their ancestral village for the promise of urban life, rarely spoke of their past. Traditions were forgotten tales, and the very concept of a village felt as distant as a star. One crisp autumn morning, Nala's childhood friend, Maya, burst into her apartment, eyes alight with excitement. "Nala, my parents are finally going back to our village, and they said I can bring a friend. Please come with me." Nala hesitated. The village, it was a word that held a strange, almost mythical quality for her. A place she knew nothing about, a world so different from her own. But Maya's enthusiasm was infectious, and a spark of curiosity, long dormant, ignited within her. "Okay, Maya, I'll come." The journey was a blur of changing landscapes. The city's grey faded into rolling green hills, and the asphalt gave way to dusty, winding paths. When they finally arrived, Nala was struck by the vibrant simplicity of it all. Mud brick houses with thatched roofs, children playing barefoot in the dirt, the air thick with the scent of wood smoke and damp earth. The next day, Maya, ever the eager guide, led Nala towards the village's lifeblood, the river. "This is where we come to fetch water, to wash, to play," Maya explained, her voice hushed with reverence. "It's sacred to us." As they reached the bank, Nala felt an uncomfortable urge. "Maya," she whispered, a blush creeping up her neck, "I really need to pee." Maya's eyes widened. "Not in the river, Nala. You can't. Our elders say it's disrespectful. The river spirits get angry." Nala scoffed, a city girl's skepticism kicking in. "River spirits? Maya, that's just superstition. We're grown women, not ancient villagers. What's going to happen?" Just then, Maya's older sister, Palesa, emerged from behind a cluster of bushes, a bucket of water balanced effortlessly on her head. She had overheard their conversation. "Maya is right, Nala. Our traditions are important. But if you truly feel it's just superstition, then perhaps you should see for yourself." There was a strange glint in Palesa's eyes, a challenge Nala couldn't ignore. Later that afternoon, after a hearty meal of local delicacies, the urge returned. This time, Nala was alone. The memory of Palesa's words, the underlying dare, echoed in her mind. What's going to happen? She thought, a defiant flicker in her heart. She crept back to the river, the late afternoon sun casting long shadows across the water. The air was still, save for the gentle lapping of the current against the banks. Nala looked around, convinced she was alone. With a shrug, she lowered herself, allowing her stream to flow into the cool embrace of the river. The moment the last drop touched the water, an unsettling stillness descended. The gentle lapping ceased. The air grew heavy, oppressive. Nala felt a strange prickling sensation on her skin, as if 1,000 tiny eyes were scrutinizing her. The water, which moments before had seemed so inviting, now appeared dark and opaque, mirroring an unfamiliar dread rising within her. Then, from the depths of the river, a low hum began. It wasn't a sound she recognized, not wind, not animal, but something ancient and resonant, a vibration that seemed to shake the very ground beneath her feet. The surface of the water began to ripple, not gently, but with a sudden, violent churning. It was as if something enormous was stirring beneath. Nala's breath hitched in her throat. Her heart pounded, a frantic drum against her ribs. Fear, raw and primal, gripped her. The river, once a symbol of serene nature, had transformed into a living, breathing entity, responding to her transgression. Suddenly, a massive, gnarled tree root, thick as a python, erupted from the water directly in front of her, dripping with mud and river weeds. It swayed menacingly, like a vengeful arm reaching out. Nala scrambled backward, tripping over her own feet, her mind screaming for her to run. The hum intensified, becoming a mournful wail that echoed through the trees. The water continued to churn, now forming a swelling vortex where she had just relieved herself. Another root, then another, burst forth, writhing and twisting in the air, creating an airy, skeletal canopy above the enraged river. Nala, paralyzed by terror, could only stare. This was not city logic, not the predictable world she knew. This was something ancient, something alive, something she had foolishly dismissed. The river was angry, and it was showing her, in no uncertain terms, the power of a tradition she had scorned. A lesson learned, regardless of her specific fate, the experience would be a life-altering lesson in humility, cultural respect, and the hidden power of the natural world, forever changing her perspective on her origins and the world beyond the city. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.